up and sit down.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome back once again to Vicious Rants. And of course, I am your host, Mr. Main Event himself, the often imitated, never duplicated Superstar Team Vicious. And gonna go over Raw this week was in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Now, before we do want to remind everyone that we are now officially WWE Shop affiliates. So what that means is, if you're watching this on the main Tim Vicious YouTube page, or if you're listening to this on Spotify, there is a link in the description tab. You click that link, it'll take you to WWE Shop, and any purchase that you make on there, we receive a small nominal commission based off of it, and that in turn helps us improve the show in the long run for you guys. So cannot stress that enough, man. You know, and I always say all the time, I do everything I can for you guys. So this is me giving back to you guys, letting you know, hey, you're already gonna go on there and buy a Jey Uso Yeet shirt. You're already going to go on there and buy a Cody Rhodes t-shirt. You're going to go on there and get that sweet, sweet looking Jacob Fatu Samoan werewolf shirt. So why not just hook a brother up, click on the link, purchase one of those nice, oh so nice items off of that link, so that way we can make this even better in the long run. Whether that's improving lighting, video, audio, anything. We do that. You buying a Bret Hart t-shirt can help out making this better in the long run. So again, we are WWE Shop affiliates. Click the link, it'll help out in the long run. So now that we've gone over that, do also want to emphasize, folks, we are still running that contest. If we hit 500 before SummerSlam, we hit 500 by the day of SummerSlam, and you tell me on Twitter, you tag me on Twitter at Tim Vicious with a screenshot saying subbed to your channel or something along those lines, I will personally pick a random name out of those suggestions, and then I will mail out a Vicious Rant shirt of your choosing, whether it's a tank like you see me wearing, whether it's a t-shirt, whether it's a long sleeve shirt, even if it's a toddler tee or a baby onesie or a long sleeve, or a woman's tee that you may want to get for that special lady in your life. I will pay for all expenses. I will pay for the shirt, I will pay for the postage, I will pay for it all. But will not happen unless we hit 500 before the end of SummerSlam. So it's up to you guys to do that. And it costs $0 to enter, and all it takes is less than 3 seconds. You're already watching the video, so why not just whoop, boop, hit the subscribe button, and you're entered. That's simple, easy peasy. All you gotta do, subscribe, hold, click, take a snapshot, and then go on Twitter at Tim Vicious, all one word, subbed to your show, and then enter. Your name's in the raffle now. So, now that we're done doing all the shilling early on, let's get into the show. We're gonna switch gears and talk about last week via the SmackDown Rewind. And the big highlights from last week's SmackDown. Started out with Cody Riley Russell Reynolds the 23rd. Coming on out, if you will, baby. Sorry, just had a bit of dusty in my throat. Had to get that out. Cody Rhodes came on out. Talked about on how the beatdown that the Bloodline gave Randy and Cody the week prior, saying Randy's out of commission, and that, that he's and that he's got a match coming up with Solo, saying, you know, this time last year I was looking at Solo and I was telling him, you're not ready. Now I'm looking at him a year later. He wants to say he's the head of the table, and I'm here to tell you, you are still not ready. Now, you wanted to take out one of my friends, one of my good, close, personal friends, a man who took me in, mentored me, showed me the ropes on how to function, on how to carry myself, etiquette, manners, all of that in here. Well, you know what? Now I'm coming for you. So you might as well talk. Now, I got to go and talk to Nick Aldis about this, but you might as well consider it official. Because come SummerSlam, Cody Rhodes versus Solo Sikoa is happening. Then out came A-Town Down Under. And they were going on about on how because of Cody, they wound up getting put on the ass end of an ass whooping from the Bloodline. Then Cody proceeded to go and throw some trash talk their way. Then afterwards, they were trying to do the intimidation. There's two of us, one of you. We're gonna go and beat the crap out of you type deal. Cody rolled out the ring. Sitting ringside watching was professional boxer, easy for me to say, Terrence Crawford, who so conveniently folded up a chair and proceeded to hand it to Cody. Cody was in. Alright. Scared them off. Next thing you know, winds up talking to Aldis, saying, listen, I want a match with A-Town Down Under tonight. I'll fight them by myself if I gotta. And it was, Aldis just looked at him and was like, no, listen, no. We're going to have a title match at SummerSlam. I can't afford to have you getting messed up like that in a handicap match. Go find a partner. I don't care who they are. Find someone. Cody's like, alright. So, fast forward to the end of the show. Unfortunately, Cody did not say his name, so he could not appear. That still doesn't mean I don't believe in Joe Hendry, though, because I believe in Joe Hendry. But we got Cody teaming up with Kevin Owens again, so cool. KO was back. He came out. They had their match. It was Cody and KO going against A-Town Down Under. Cody and Owens got the win, but after the match, Bloodline came out and proceeded to go and completely murder Owens and Cody. And then they ended it with knocking out Owens in the middle of the ring and then triple powerbombing Cody through the announce table. So, yeah. So, everything else other than that, though, had Carmelo Hayes going against Andrade, which was a decent match. I thought it was relatively decent. Andrade got the win. Bianca had a match against Chelsea Green. Bianca got that win. And then we saw a little tease from Isla and Alba about being the women's tag champs. And ladies, you want a shot at us? Oh, no. No, back to the line, sisters. Kind of deal. Then we had the official contract signing for the coveted United States Championship. Logan Paul defending his title against L.A. Knight. Yeah, dummy. Yeah, let me talk to you. And this match I am really excited for. And not just because of the promos between both guys, but my son has been in and out of wrestling for like the better part of about 6 to 8 months. Okay? And this is the one match he has been talking about wanting to happen nonstop since WrestleMania, saying, man, I just really want Logan Paul to lose. I just want him to lose. I can't wait to see him lose his title. And that's all he's been going on about. So the fact that my son, who has been kind of in and out of it, is now being drawn in because he wants to see Logan Paul get put on the ass end of an ass kicking. Sign me up, because that's just showing you're bringing in new eyes. We also had Tiffany Stratton going against Michin. Michin wound up getting the win, and yeah, that was pretty much it for all the big highlights from SmackDown. So with that said, let's get into this week's show. Raw, it starts, excuse me, it starts out with Gunther coming down, the King General, emphasizing about, now I know I said some pretty harsh things last week, and well, I'm here to address them now to you all, and then the crowd start booing, and I mean booing heavily. Fine, we're going to do this? We're going to do this? Fine. Fine, you know what? I meant to every word I said. Priest, you are trash. You are garbage. I learned at a very young age. You can judge a person by the friends they associate with, and seeing the people that you associate with, it is clear to me that you and all of your cohorts are garbage. Next thing you know, Priest's music comes out. He comes out stomping mad, looking like oofa. He gets in there and then just boom, straight up slaps the taste right out of his mouth. And then they proceed to start scrapping, and it goes. I mean, it goes to the point it's in the backstage, getting big pull aparts. Scrap Daddy Adam Pearce is telling them both, enough, enough. We're not doing this now. No, this is for SummerSlam, SummerSlam only. No. Basically doing like that. Excuse me. So, with that said, now we're going to get into the first match of the night. Ilja Dragunov going against the big bad booty nephew Bron Breakker. And the winner of this becomes #1 contender for the Intercontinental Championship. I really like this match. Ilja and Bron are two unique cats in and of themselves, and these two guys put on can put on great matches no matter what. They did it back in NXT. They're doing it now on Raw. This was very good, very physical. Ilja, he was leading at the start, and man, it was just real physical. Bron, he was leading into the break with Ilja leading post-break, and for the most part, match came to an end when it was actually referee stoppage. When Ilja, he was jumping off of the ring apron, and Bron, they were on the outside. Bron speared him, and he hit, and it looked like, the way the camera angle showed it, it looked like he caught whiplash, and his head caught the side of the LED board on the apron. So I'm not sure if that's really the case or not, but it looked it. He went over, it was like, ah! After that, ref came over, was like, all right, that's it, it's over, I'm calling it, it's done. So Bron won via ref stoppage. So yeah, we're at SummerSlam, we're getting Sami versus Bron too. And I am all for that. So my personal prediction is this is when I think they're going to pull the trigger and give Bron the Intercontinental. If not now, I don't see where the big payoff would be having him get it at the next big show at like Berlin. But that's me. Either way, next up we got women's action. Lyra Valkyria, going against Sonya Deville. And the nice pace, Sonya, she was leading into the break with Lyra leading the pace post, and it was a good match. I thought it was decent for, I want to make sure I say this the right way so that way it doesn't sound like garbage. Don't want to say it was a good match for a woman's match, because I've seen women's matches that are better than guys' matches, but it was a good match for what you would see on a woman's match on free TV, on cable TV. Let me phrase it like that. And yeah, it was good. Match came to an end when there was shenanigans going on between Sonya's girls, Shayna and Zoey and Lyra had Kayden and Katana with them. There was all sorts of bickering and a small little scuffle. Lyra did a running drop kick to help clear some of it up. Next thing you know, she's out there on the apron yelling at them. Then Sonya then goes, decks her, brings her in, and then boom, hits her with the hits her with the Deville's Advocate for the 1, 2, 3. That's it. So now we got 6-man tag action. Xavier Woods, Akira Tozawa, and Otis going against Final Testament, Karrion Kross going against excuse me, I'm sorry about that. Going against the Final Testament, Karrion Kross, Akam, and Razor. There we go. And this nice little bit of a start, nice bit of action at the start with, baby faces that were leading into the commercial break. Akira Tozawa, he was the punching bag post-commercial break, which, I gotta give Tozawa credit where credit's due, man. He can put on a hell of a show when, with being able to be being that sympathetic punching bag for a tag team, like, oh, damn, and just completely get wrecked. Now, Otis got the hot tag in, and when he got tagged in, they went banana. Wisconsin's own came out, and he wrecked house. He wrecked house, and he took down everyone, and it was a big meaty man with a big meaty chest, bumping meat, slapping that meat all over that John. That's all that was right there. Excuse me. He got in there, started cleaning up good. Woods wound up getting in, started going decent. Had the closing segment with Karrion Kross. It ended with Kross doing Kross doing his finish, the final prayer onto Woods, and then getting the 1, 2, 3. And then after the match, post-match, as Otis and Tozawa are going on checking on Woods, Gable's music hits, out with the Creeds. Gable, he goes and emphasizes, so look at my former pupils. How nice of you guys. Otis, I see you've taken a leadership role, but nice to see your leadership skills. They really didn't go very well, did they? Because look what happened. You lost. So that's why I decided to line myself with some smart fellows like the Creed brothers here. Now, I'm a very generous man, so I'm going to give you guys one more chance. Come on back and join the Alpha Academy. Because, I hate to break this to you, but the Wyatt Six are still running around, and there is strength in numbers. So, you'd be better off with us. What do you guys say? Otis just looks point blank. No. And then proceeds. There's a bit of a scuffle. Tozawa and Otis, they wind up taking out the Creeds, and then Otis locks dead eyes straight up onto Gable. Ooh. Next, gets him, scoops him up. Looks like he's about to hit the world's strongest slam, and then boom, gets saved by the Creed brothers. Just as they do that, boom, bum, bum. Then we wind up getting hear the intro for the Wyatts. See the Creeds grab chairs, standing by the entryway. Come on, come on, come on! And you see all the family members except one, all there. And then Gable, he's in the ring like, yeah, come on, guys, I dare you. Goes, next thing you know, turns around. Uncle Howdy grabs him, scoops him, gives him a kiss on the forehead, and then wham! Hits him with one of the most beautiful Sister Abigails. And then, and then got a beautiful, evil, cackling laugh, and then fade to black. That's it. So, next up then we have, well, we were supposed to have Bronson Reed versus Pete Dunne, but that didn't happen because Sheamus ran in, wrecked Dunne, then started fighting with Reed, and then, yeah. So now we got women's action. Zelina Vega going against Zoey Stark, and listen, there are two things in this world, only two things in this world that I am utterly scared of, beyond all rational sense of fear. Hearing my mother say my full name, hearing my mother say my full government name, first, middle, and last name, and an angry, short Latina holding a slipper. And Zelina Vega was one of those. I've never been more traumatized watching Monday Night Raw in my life. And for those that know why that's a scary thing, yeah, you understand where I'm coming from with this. Like, that's scary. That is scary, scary. But either way, Zelina, she's also got her arm all bandaged up with a donut on her elbow. Just because, because last week, Shayna, Zoey, and Zelina, they all wrecked her, or not Zelina, Shayna, Zoey, and Sonya wrecked Zelina's arm. Easy for me to say. So, this is match Zelina Vega versus Zoey Stark. Zoey, she was leading the pace for it, working on the bad arm throughout the entire time. Zelina, she wound up picking up and was leading post-commercial break. Match came to an end when Sonya and Shayna went to go and run some interference, but got halted by Kayden, Katana, and Lyra, which then led to Zoey, she went to go and do a powerbomb right in front of them. Zelina, though, just straight up wham, then looking like, wait, I could use this to my advantage. Using the arm that was bandaged and wrapped up, and was like, wham, using it like if you had a cast on your arm and in a fight. Just straight up smashing it over Zoey, and then got the 1, 2, 3. So now we come to main event match of the night. Jey Uso and Sami Zayn going against Finn Balor and JD Mcdonagh, and this came to be because earlier in the show when Dom was trying to talk to Rhea about, listen, hey, mommy, I just need to know, what's going on with you and Jay? Because I saw the stuff he was tagging you on social, asking you for like your number, wanting to take you to Waffle House, this, that, and the other, and she was like, Dom, you got nothing to worry about. Besides, it's nothing no different than what you were with Liv. I saw your socials too. And then Finn was dropping small bits of poison into Dom's ear, saying, you know what you need to do? You need to go and confront Jey Uso about this. Rhea's, no, we're not going to war with him. We're just, Priest is handling his business with his world title. You guys need to stay on track, staying as world tag champs. I'm working to get my women's world title back. No, we need to get our affairs in order before we go out and cause mayhem. Basically summing it up like that. That's that. And then she walks off. Then Finn and JD just lean over to Dom looking at him. You know what you need to do. So they start looking around, checking the building for Jay. They go and they find him. They start beating the tar out of him until he's saved by Sami Zayn, and then they make this into the match. So here we are. Now, before we get into the match, I do want to emphasize, though, also, when Dom was looking for Jay, did wind up running into Liv, which then eventually led to a confrontation where Dom wound up yelling at Liv Morgan, saying, I hate you. I can't stand you. You have done nothing but ruin my life. I don't want anything to do with you. Go. Leave. I'm done. And the fact that we're hearing hate, the word hate, H-A-T-E, on WWE programming in 2024, not 1997, Not 98 or 99 or anywhere in the early 2000s. But in 2024, definitely is again another Vinceism that they threw out the window. I so love that. I've said it before and I will continue to say this until I draw my last breath. It's a million. You need a million little things. You need to paint a million little things to help make the bigger picture. So, and including the word hate instead of dislike or doesn't care for or anything that could be a watered down version of the word hate is one of them. But I digress. I've been digressing. Let's get to the match now. Jey Uso and Sami Zayn versus Finn Balor and JD McDonagh, the human fucking Funko Pop. Whew. Imagine if they did make JD McDonagh as a Funko Pop, though. Instead of having a normal size Funko head, you'd have to have like a XL, like one of those, like an XL size Funko head. But either way, good solid action with Sami and Jey leading into the commercial break. Post-break, Sami was the punching bag for the most part. Jey wound up getting a hot tag in, cleaning up house. The heels, they were leading the pace a short bit after the hot tag pop and all that, but match eventually came to an end when Sami wound up, boom, popping a haluva kick onto JD McDonagh, ran, did an outside dive, took out Carlito as well as Dom and Finn in the process, and then Jey went up and did the big splash onto JD McDonagh for the 1, 2, 3. That was it. After the match, then you saw Braun Breaker come in and wreck Sami. He took him out, just big, clean, heavy spear, boom. And again, just like last week, after that spear, fade to black. So yeah, that's another reason why I'm thinking it's definitely going to be Braun winning at SummerSlam. But with that said, folks, that is it for this week's show. Please make sure, like I said, subscribe to the channel, like the video. If you're listening to this on Spotify, leave us a 5-star review if you feel we've deserved it. Follow the Spotify page. That is a new platform we're working on, so we are trying to build that up as well as much as possible. Also, folks, excuse me. Also, thank you to contributor of the show, LFC Lingerie Fighting Championship. There are a little bit of wrestling, a little bit of MMA, and a whole lot of attractive women wearing a little bit of nothing. Thank you. Also, check out whatamaneuver.net for some vicious rants apparel. We got tank tops like you see me wearing if you're watching us on YouTube. We also got t-shirts, women's tees, long sleeves, toddler tees, baby onesies even, folks. Cannot emphasize on how comfortable these are. They are a perfect gift for somebody you love, somebody you hate, or just a shirt to buy to give to Goodwill so you can keep your stuff. Also, don't forget to follow these casts right on the Twitter, DSB_Ozzy_main_event_net, the Main Event Wrestling Network Twitter feed. Sergeant Curry Pants, 3-Cat Thursday, D Dryer, 1986, 1986. And folks, like I always tell y'all, you love me great, you hate me, well,
shut up and sit down.
Fuckers.